I currently own 5 audio interfaces. Why? Why did I run out and buy this today? This is going to be a long one. This is going to be a rant. I don't even know how I'm going to get all the words out. There's so much to say about why I bought that when I already own the Apollo and the Tascam. So buckle up, get a cup of coffee if you're in for a 35-minute rant, because I think this is going to go for a while. What's in this for you to listen to me? Listen to some moron spouting off about Focusrite versus Universal Audio? Well, because we're going to go through a few things. We're going to go through a few podcasting options from Zoom, which looked good and I almost bought. We're going to go through some Apollo Universal Audio ecosystem issues. We're going to go through some OBS versus Macintosh. You can see my Mac Mini under here, kind of. So it's just a lot of things. And what brings it all together is I ran out and bought the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 4th gen, which is arguably, or not even arguably, it's one of the most popular interfaces on the planet. This one and the Solo and the 3rd gen and the 2nd gen. These Focusrite units, they sell like hotcakes the world over for people that are into home recording. So yeah, buckle up. It's a long rant. There's a lot to cover. Watch it or don't, but that's all this is me spouting off about why the heck did I run out and buy this today? And how do I even get started? Okay. Mike over at I Love Recording has taught me and told me about OBS for Mac. OBS is some sort of broadcasting software. I don't know what it stands for. It's probably like Open Broadcasting or something. Let's just see. Will it tell us what it stands for if I go to the website? Look at this damn thing. This is part of the reason. Okay, see what it was just spinning there. OBS Studio. Open Broadcast Software. I should have known it stood for Open Broadcast Software. I want to up my video quality. I'm currently shooting this on a cell phone. I'm just holding it in my hand. You're listening to the audio of the cell phone and the video of the cell phone. It's pretty janky. This is how I've done my channel for 2 years. Mike over at I Love Recording said, go check this OBS out. He was even nice enough, he made me a video. You can go to I Love Recording YouTube channel, go check out the video he made for everybody, but he made it for me, but he made it for everybody, and it's pretty great. Why does he use it? How does he use it? What is his preferences? How does he cut his screens up? How does he click this? How does he click that? It's really nice of him to make it, and it was like, it blew me away. And my girlfriend podcasts too. I guess I can't prove that, but that's her YouTube room over there. I can't, but she's got a YouTube channel as well. So for both of us, this is great. This thing that Mike was nice enough to turn us on to. Well, it would be great, and I put out a few live videos with it. I put out a few not live videos, just normal videos with it. Well, the damn thing on Mac's not worth a dog's breakfast, okay? So you can blame me. I can blame it. We can blame the Mac. We can blame OBS. Here's what I know. Millions of people are using OBS with no issues, okay? Mike from I Love Recording is using OBS, and he doesn't have the issues that I have. I also know I'm not a total moron. Not completely, anyway. I mean, some days it's hard to know. Some days it's hard to know. But I am a technical guy, and I am having all kinds of problems. Let's just hit this button today. Let's hit this button. Oh, it worked today. Proved me wrong. Yesterday I could hit that button all day long and nothing happened. So I blame OBS versus Mac is an issue. I'm not a total moron. If you Google OBS and Mac, you will get tons and tons and tons of people complaining, especially on Reddit. OBS plus Mac is broken. So my whole thing was I want to up my game. So I was like, how do I get either better audio into my phone, or how do I get other cameras going? Here's a GoPro Hero 10, right? I've got other cameras. I got cameras down here. Where are they? This is like a handy cam thingy. And then I got, what else do I got? There's another handy cam around here. We've got webcams. I also have more money than brain cells. So if I wanted more cameras, I would just go buy more cameras. There's another camera somewhere. I don't know where it went. So I was jamming cameras and jamming mics into the OBS on the Mac, and it was a nightmare. The camera was cutting out. I was trying to use my SM7B mic, which is here, right? I couldn't hear myself. Everybody knows you need a heck of a lot of gain. So I was gaining it through the Tascam Model 24. Signals were fine here. Couldn't hear it on OBS. I was putting the SM7B through the Apollo. It was just a nightmare. The video was cutting out. I felt like an octopus. I'm pressing over here and then showing my screen, and then my mic doesn't work. It was just crazy. And so then I was like, well, what if this system does some of the work, and what I want to be able to do is mix on the Tascam Model 24 and have you guys be able to hear it for what it is, and mix through the Apollo and have you guys hear exactly what I'm hearing. That's the other thing. I'd put the headphones in here. I'd stick my headphones in here. This thing was echoing, and I know you got to do a mix minus. I couldn't get a mix minus to work, so everything I'd say would be delayed by so many milliseconds. And so much for this guy always saying, no low, it's low latency. Yeah, you lie. You never low latency. You Apollo twin through a Mac. You never low latency. You say it, but you're not. I think there's other devices out there like the Audient and the Presonus equipment's more low latency than you lie and pretend you are. But anyway, it was just a nightmare. And I tried it all kinds of different ways. I tried this into this, and then I tried this into this, like literally out and in, and then this as my sound card for my Mac. And then it was a nightmare. So then I got the Wireless Go, the Rode Wireless Go thingies for work for the phone. So that's another way you could go, is I could radio transmit better mics into my phone, so that at least I'm still shooting video with my phone, but at very least the audio would be better. But I'm just stepping back going, you are pulling your hair out. What you need is to get off this Mac when it comes to OBS. So I have this other laptop here, which is pretty darn good. And I don't think I can one hand. I could put this thing in the... I want to talk about the laptop, I guess. I have another laptop. I'm like, there's been several times I'm like, I kind of wish I had two Reaper setups. I kind of wish it's like having two tape machines in your studio. There you go. You all know what a laptop looks like. I don't know why I needed to open it. But now, this and this can be another setup. So I can leave this alone intact and do whatever I'm going to do with it. Okay, I'm gonna mix with it. I'm gonna play you guys videos on the net with it. Whatever it is I thought I was gonna do with this setup, I don't have to run OBS. I don't. Hooray! I just don't. Just think about it, okay? I don't need OBS on here anymore because I got this guy over here on my side, and it will run OBS. And everything that I do with this or this, instead of outputting to these monitors, the two cables will output to the Focusrite. And the Focusrite will go into this laptop. And I even have a headphone jack here. And there will be no mix minus delay mayhem. I will hear what you guys are going to hear as it goes into OBS on the laptop. I really think this is a home run. Now, the other thing, I can do that, all that I just described. I hope that's not confusing. Let me tell you why else I bought this. What else this thing can do. This thing has two USB buses on the back, if you can see. It's got 5 volts DC and then USB. The USB one to the right is the one that you're supposed to use if you're just going to connect it to a PC, a Mac, a laptop, etc. And that will bus power this thing, okay? Well, these things are a hog, as we've come to find out. You'll see other people on YouTube going, that ain't a great idea. That glitches my computer out. It sucks too much power, obviously. I mean, I just don't even think that bus powering this bad boy is a good idea, but they tried. The one to the left that says 5 volts DC, you can hook up any old wall wart USB-C rig up and power it externally, and you could hook the one that says USB to the phone that I'm holding right now. And you say, what? I say, yes. The phone that I'm holding, this phone right here, this Android, Samsung, whatever it is, Galaxy, whatever, This is an audio interface that works for your phone, your Android or your iPhone. And, you know, my girlfriend can grab it too. She can grab it, take it into her YouTube studio area, and hook it to her phone, and suddenly she has an audio interface. And suddenly all the mics that I have, apparently I don't have any microphones out right now, but all my microphones that are studio quality microphones suddenly become microphones for my phone. How great is that? Okay, so that's just another advantage of me grabbing and justifying the Focus Scarlett 2i2 4th Gen. Are you with me so far? Just a quick recap. I want to improve my audio and video. I bought a Hero 10. Mike from I Love Recording showed me OBS. I tried to rig this thing together all different ways. I've been through all the settings. I've watched 20 hours of YouTube from these OBS people. I can't get the damn thing sorted out. Yesterday, I couldn't even get, when I was pushing buttons, I couldn't even get the buttons to work. OBS freezes. You might not believe me, but that's the case, okay? So fine. Do another OBS system. Let this laptop be the OBS system at my right hand. Let it do all the video. Let it do all the webcams. And just output whatever it is I want you guys to hear into it. Okay? That's that setup. That solves that problem. And as the side, I can hook that Scarlett into my phone. Suddenly my phone has an audio interface. How beautiful is that? Whether I have an Android or whether I have an iPhone, I could go camping with friends. And as long as there's power, because you can't bus power it into the phone, you have to power it and then USB it in. We could record songs on a campsite so long as there's power. With this as an audio interface into whoever's phone is around. Like, how great is that? So then I'm also stepping back going, does this solve another problem? Well, now I have 2 Reaper setups. Beautiful. I got one in the Mac and I got one in the PC. I've got 2 Reaper setups. You're like, well, why would you want that, you crazy guy? Well, there's been lots of times I've been wanting to bounce Reaper to Reaper. And I treat them like tape machines, right? So Reaper number 1 on the Mac is a tape machine, and Reaper number 2 on the PC is a tape machine. There have been times that I wished I had 2 Reapers. You can't just really easily do that. Now with this, I could pick this up, take it to your house, hook it up on your PC or your Mac. Guess what? You and I are playing music and recording in about 3 minutes, okay? 3 minutes. What's that scenario like with the Apollo? Okay, I'm coming to your house. I'm coming to your house, the Apollo. Me and you, we're going to play some music today. You're going to play the drums and I'm going to play guitar, and we're going to have beautiful lives playing music together at your house. Here I come with my Apollo Twin X. You have Thunderbolt, right? And you're like, I don't know. Well, what's Thunderbolt? I'm like, well, some Macs have 2 and some have 3, and it's kind of a thing, and it might not be around 10 years from now, and Firewire was a thing, and you're like, oh, no, I got Thunderbolt. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. We crossed a hurdle. All right. Let's go to your house, put your Mac on the kitchen table. Let's get going. All right, now I need to download about 4 gig. And you're like, what? And I'm like, I got to download about 4 gig. You're like, come on, man. I just want to play a little music. I just want to play a little music with you on the weekend at my kitchen table. And I'm like, yeah, but I got to download about 4 gig. And I got to register my UAD console. And I got to log into my UA account. And then there's all these threads. So I know you wanted to play music with me today, but we have a few things we need to consider. The UAD mixing and control panel, the UA mixer engine, the UA Connect helper, the UA Connect helper other thread, UA Connect, UA Cloud. You're like, well, what's the relevance to this? Well, these crash sometime. And you're like, well, what were we going to do? Well, we were going to play guitar, man. We're going to enjoy our lives and play guitar. It's like, well, what are we doing instead? Well, we're in the activity monitor, and we're worried about the UA Connect helper and the 4 gigs in my account. My point is, this is not a grab and go. It just isn't. Not for me connected to my Mac Mini. Now, maybe if you guys already have a MacBook, whatever, you can grab and go that. But if for me to grab this and take it to a friend's house and hook it to their equipment, forget about it. The chances of them even having a Mac and Thunderbolt are more not than yes, right? However, you come over here, I go, hey boys, I'm on my way over with the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. It's USB. Put your laptop on the kitchen table for me, because we'll be up and running in about 2 minutes. You know we will. What about just hooking to the phone? Well, I don't know. I've not done that. Is that easy? I think so. I think I'm just going to hook to my phone, and I don't know. I haven't done it yet. We'll do that next video. So that solves another problem where I'm justifying the purchase of this. And then, as I said, 2 Reaper setups now. This Reaper setup and that Reaper setup. So here's another thing. If you guys have been following my videos and all this craziness, UA mix engine, UA connect helper, all this is a nightmare. You think Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles and Elvis put up with this? What are we doing? What are we doing to ourselves here with all this? And you're saying, well, I've never gone in there. Well, I have. As the Mac updates and the Apollo updates, it's not fair. I'm at work. I have to work for a living. I come home in the middle of the night, this crap updates. It screws with me, and now this stuff, the console doesn't you have to go in activity monitor, at least I do, and knock this stuff out. And it's not fair to me that this stuff changes in the middle of the night. What did I want to do? I wanted to play guitar with my buddies and have a good life. What are you doing? Whatever you call this nightmare, okay? So, I threw this up for sale. It isn't sold yet because I'm asking a crazy amount of money for it because all my plugins are tied to it. I can now get rid of this and all my plugins. I'll keep my native plugins, and I will buy back any native UA plugins that I don't have that I really want. There's only about 6 UA plugins I really love, if I'm honest, because Waves makes good plugins, Softtube, Reaper comes with some nice stock plugins. I'm going to sell this, okay? Get this thing off my desk, because guess what? If I want another 2-track, which I do, because I like dumping this into a 2-track, and I like having just a 2-track around. By 2-track, I mean a 2-channel, okay? Ta-da! Look what replaces the Apollo. And you say, well, it doesn't do the DSP, it doesn't have the Shark, it doesn't have Unison. Well, I don't use Unison. I think it's silly. I think Unison's silly. You guys will go, well, it's got that Unison though. It's like, yeah, do you use it? No. I don't know anybody that actually uses the Unison. If you guys want to jump in here and defend Unison, go for it. I don't use it. If I want warm Navy goodness, I'll use my warm preamps. If I want 610 goodness, I'll buy a 610 like preamp or a Daking preamp. You know, even if I want LA2A goodness, I got my warm LA2A. Like, I don't use the Unison. If you guys do, sure, jump in and say, no, that Unison rocks. But it is fake. You know that, right? Obviously you do, but like, you know it's fake. Unison's not real. It's just a perceived emulation of a 610 or a API or a Neve. How did I get off the rails on that? Oh, I just don't need this damn thing. Okay? Especially not for its price. It's, what was it, 10 times or 20 times more than this thing? I paid $3.15 Canadian out the door for this. I don't know what that is in US. It was $3.15 taxes included. Or I keep the Apollo and I still have the 2 Reaper setups, and I can grab my laptop and this and go to Sid and Fred's house with Reaper System 2. Just on you can't do that, or I can't do that over here on the Mac Mini. Okay, I guess I could grab the Tascam and go to a friend's house, but I don't know. There's just something freeing about this little interface and how easy it is to set up and ready to go it is. Plus, it's got the auto mode. It auto-calibrates the 2 channels levels, so you can play the drums real loud and hit auto, and it goes, here's your levels. It also has safe, so the absolutely won't clip, which is great for podcasting, broadcasting, screaming into the mic. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just justifying it, maybe to myself, maybe to you, but I'm just saying there's a lot of good things about owning this as a utility. I didn't want to spend $300 today. I didn't need a 5th interface. Yes, I have more interfaces than what you see here out in the world. I've lent them to people. I own 5 audio interfaces right now. Maybe more if I sit and think about it. There could be some audio interfaces I'm not even thinking about. But anyway, that's my justification of the Scarlett 2i2 4th gen. And scenario 1 is the biggest thing, in that all my OBS is going to be on this laptop and this. And I also have an instant in to this camera with all my studio mics. So this goes to my phone. Of course, yes, I'll be on a tether because you have to power it. This goes to my phone, and suddenly, where's my dang Hulk mic, for example? With my alien head. Suddenly, I have a beautiful Hulk large diaphragm condenser mic into my phone. I'm going to have beautiful audio into my phone because my phone's going to have an audio interface from Focusrite. That's crazy, guys, in today's age. My cell phone is going to be connected to a Focusrite Scarlett preamp. How cool is that? I think it's super cool. Guys, have you struggled with any of this stuff? Have you struggled with the Apollo? Have you struggled with OBS on the Mac? Have you struggled getting nice audio into your phone? I think, I don't know. I think good times are coming my way. I don't know. I'm going to have, I know this Hero 10, this GoPro Hero 10 is going to work better on this PC. It hates the Mac. It hates the Mac. And I know, I get comments from you guys and you're like, Mac sucks, Mac sucks, Mac sucks. I'm like, I know, but I already bought it and I have it and it does some things good. But as we all know, for 20 years, we're all like, Mac's the best for music. Mac's the best for music. Well, it has a ton of issues too. And a lot, if we did a poll, more of you guys, in my opinion, more of you guys hate it than you love it. I find there's a ton of you guys hate Mac alongside me. And you're like, yeah, it don't do this. And there's a problem with this and that and the other. I'm like, yeah, I'm in the middle of it right now. But I got a Windows 10 or 11 PC over here with this interface. Anyway, sorry for the crazy 20-minute rant. I had to get all this stuff out. That's why I bought the Focus Scarlett 2i2. Please like and subscribe if these videos do anything for you. But let's recap. Okay. Thing one. I want to up my quality of video. So I got a GoPro Hero 10 and I started hooking all this stuff up through OBS on my Mac, and it wasn't working worth a damn. I couldn't hear myself. The video was cutting out. I literally couldn't push buttons. See that? That works today. Yesterday, I was pushing them buttons. It wasn't working at all. It's crazy. I had to reboot the Mac. The OBS just doesn't work for me on with a damn. I routed that through this, and this through that, and the Mac through that, and the output of that into the input of this. I did every which way you could conceivably think about. Now I'm like trying to mix audio for you guys. At the same time, I'm worried about what's on my screen. It was just hell. So I was like, what if another system did the OBS? So I got another system in the Scarlett 2i2. That's thing one it fixes. Thing two is it instantly gives me another Reaper setup on the PC with this that I can, all this fits in the backpack. That's thing two. So now I have two Reaper setups. This one's super mobile. Thing three is, what is thing three? Thing three is, this is an audio interface for my phone. So if I want to just keep using my phone as a camera, I can bring this along with me within tethered feet of about 10 feet of my USB-C cable. Now I have professional quality mics hooked into my phone if I want. That's amazing. And then thing number four, I should have counted these when I started the video. There are literally four things to solve. Thing four is I can, without guilt, sell the Apollo Twin X and say bye-bye. And the plugins is another issue, whatever. But I still have a 2-track in the studio in the Focus Scarlett 2i2 Focusrite so that I can dump from here to the 2-track, which is a thing I do like to do. I like to treat my stuff like tape machines. I like to treat that like it's a tape machine, Reaper like it's a tape machine, and then this Reaper over here like a tape machine. And the other two interfaces I own is a Zoom L-Track-L20, which is at a friend's house, and I treat it like a tape machine. And then I have another Focusrite Scarlett 18i20 3rd Gen at another friend's house, and I like to treat that setup like a tape machine. So it's always handy to have a 2-channel interface just sitting around in case you ever want to mix down to it. Back in the 90s, in the old days, we had to mix down to something. And I mean, before that, you guys that are older than me are laughing. Yeah, the 90s, the old days. Well, my experience of mix down was the 90s. And you had to go from tape and you had to mix down to something. And the thing that we used to mix down to was DAT, right? This is my DAT. You into here. That's my DAT. That's my mix down. Anyway, guys, I know this is a long, crazy rant, but the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 4th Gen is going to fix a lot of stuff for me. Oh, I should also mention, too, the other solutions that were out there. So I contacted my beloved AV shop. I really love those guys. I really do. If you shop in Canada at all, avshop.ca. I really love the guys. I really love the guys and girls are great, and they're always giving me good ideas. They said, go get yourself a Zoom AMS-22. It's 109 Canadian. Yes, this would have fit the bill. This would have just let me pump a mic into my phone, okay, via the USB-C. She's a little janky. She's made of plastic. What I didn't like about it is, if I can find it, that little line in and the headphones out, or like, it's something very not prosumer, like consumer. there's a line in. I would have had to line in my Mac, my Model 24, into that little 1/8 inch 3.5 millimeter. There was just something about coming out these and going into there going, I think I am shortchanging everyone, my viewers and myself, by trying to get everything into that weird little hole there. So I don't think I'm going to go there. So they recommended that, or the next one up, which is the AMS-24, which is $50 more and substantially better. It's got much better connectors, as you can see. It's got proper 1/4 inch and XLR and combi jacks. So for $50 more, if you're going to buy one, you buy this bad boy, right? So this was a way to go. And who knows, maybe I still pick one of these up because it looks handy as hell, all right? And then I found this on my own. This is the PodTrak. I almost bought one of these today, the PodTrak P4, and I'm like, ooh, it looks like a 4-track. Ooh, I need another 4-track in my life. Look at it. 4 knobs and 4 bars for the 4 tracks. It looks like I need this thing. That guy's loving it. That guy's loving it. And then, come on now. You can kind of see it there. So I would have been able to put 4 mics. Now, what stopped me from that, it was XLR only. It didn't have 1/4 inch jacks at all. Now, you can go XLR out on this into there. But let's say I want to record a synthesizer or something into this little thing, like I'm camping or something, you know, God knows, because it is battery powered, this one. Its lack of 1/4 inch stopped me from buying it. I was like, if you don't have 1/4 inch, you're not helping me. I need all the recording options. So this obviously has your XLRs and your 1/4 inch on the front. Balanced. You know they're balanced. Doubtful this thing's balanced. Right? It also has pad buttons. If you don't know what those are, you can preload signatures if you're doing a podcast. So you can press A and you can hear applause. You can press B and it'll go wah, wah, wah. You can press C and there's a fart noise. Like, it does them cool radio pads if you want that. That's a cool thing. But it was just, and it was only $200. I mean, the price is right. And then in terms of using it as a 4-track, well, would I ever do that? I don't know. The idea seems cool to have a little 4-track in your pocket. But the debate was, can you overdub or not once you start multi-tracking? Well, I read and I read and I Googled and I Googled and I chat GPT'd and I chat GPT'd and it was like, yeah, you can and no, you can't. Yeah, you can and no, you can't. Well, it's like, well, I don't know then. If I can't overdub and I can't use it as a 4-track in my pocket, then I don't want it. It's either a 4-track in my pocket or it's not. Certainly not designed to be a 4-track in my pocket. It's literally, you see what these folks are doing here. Let me show you these folks sitting at a coffee table here. Okay, you see the two of them? They got this thing on the table, and they're talking. They don't even have a computer nearby, maybe. You know, maybe. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. It don't matter because this thing records on itself. That's what this PodTrak P4 was designed to do. But anyway, so between that and the Zoom AMS-22 and the AMS-24, those were all options, but I'm like, why don't you buy the most versatile thing that is always another interface for another Reaper setup? Thanks for watching my long, crazy rant, and like and subscribe if you got anything out of this. If you've had OBS problems on Mac, let me know. If you think dumping the Apollo for this is a good idea, let me know. If any of this helped you, let me know. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. Thanks for watching.